Welcome to episode 6 of Let's Play Civilization 3 Play the World. Alright. Well, we're back to settling and expanding our empire because we're still in that phase. Although, as you can see, our options are much more limited now than they were when we started. Now I want to put it right there in the corner. Not all the way in the corner because you want the cities to be at least 3 squares away from each other, but in the corner as I can to get the most territory. Now at least we are starting to have the beginnings of an army with our archers here. I would much rather have horsemen and or spearmen to protect the frontier, but that's going to have to wait until my resources can get better connected, which will require more workers. See, our treasury is having problems. See, I could build a swordsman there, but that would take quite a while, and I really need every city I can that can build settlers to build those settlers, because we're on a race against time, because these neighbors of ours are going to surround us. Now I reduced my science budget again, which really kind of stings because we are behind on tech, but sometimes you have to do that. Now this guy is sort of stuck in an island of neutral territory surrounded by Celtic territory. So he's going to try to sneak through without being booted out. We'll see how that goes. And now here you have the Celtic message like, "Your troops are in our territory, please remove them." And I say, okay, I'll remove them. And while we're here, want to trade maps? No. Want to trade anything else? No. It's not like I don't have anything. It's not like he doesn't have anything I don't want, but I don't have anything that I can give to him. It's kind of too bad. But again, that's why we have to build up the trade routes, build up our gold, build up our knowledge base, although we're pretty far behind on that. Yeah, it's quite a bit of territory I have to cross through. Now see this? Oh, you must move him automatically. So my two choices are either to declare war or to move him. And since I'm pretty much in trouble, I have to do that. Alright. Well, build a worker there. I like to try to build one worker per city that I have. Sometimes more than one. Because, well, I've been harping on the importance of workers all this time. So, and also the importance of having temples and barracks on your border cities. Temples, because you'll gain more territory that way, and barracks, because, the possibility of war, you're going to need those for defense and offense alike. Okay, well, we have our first galley. It can move 3 squares in the water, but it is confined to coastal territory. We're not going to be able to explore open water until the advances of astronomy and navigation in the Middle Ages. Now, pretty much I can't get through that way in Celtic territory, so I'm going to have to go around the other way. Alright, another archer. Feel good about that. Should send it there. I'm just going to have him mosey on over to the southeast. Get out of there. Still plenty of land to explore for him. Now, it has a city level of 3, so I decide I'm probably going to try building a settler there. I was thinking of building a settler from here, but that city's kind of remote and it would take a while, so I'm just going to build a barracks there because, well, they're important, like I've been saying. Now we have the Great Library and the pyramids are both built. The Great Library would have helped us a ton because it gives you civilization advances as long as 2 other civilizations have them. And the Great Pyramids give you a granary in every city. And what do the granaries do exactly? They make your cities grow faster. They create a storage of food, so basically your cities grow twice the speed, which is also very helpful. But I'm afraid we're not going to be much for wonders, at least for a while. Possibly we can steal some later in the game when we inevitably fight and invade other countries, but for now we're just going to have to make do with regular territory. Now you see I want to build a city right up towards that Mongol city up there. Right up, nice and cozy. You can see I found a Korean city. They're not getting very far. They're getting pretty close to us on the coast there. And move these guys out. Saw Archer running around there. Alright, I'm going to send these guys. Since I know someone's going there, I want to go at least 3 squares away. I'm debating where to send him. And I decide the best place is probably right where that darkened spot is. So I decide to send them there. It's going to take a little while for them to get there, but they will get there, and hopefully they'll get there before some other civilization does, because they're pretty sneaky. They'll get places before you pretty quickly. Alright, now that I have that, build a worker. And gonna send him down there. Not sure what's down there, but there's probably room to settle. And wow, the Celts are already there. I'm gonna have to move that guy. Yeah, they're really filling up really quickly. Pretty much the expansion phase of our game probably will only last another video or two, because even though it might look like there's a lot of free territory left on the map, there isn't that much. And I did this on purpose. I ran out of money to show you what would happen. When you run out of money, you either have to lose a unit or lose a building to regain the money. So in order to not do that again, I lowered my technology rating to under 50%. Now, especially in the early stages, the difference between 40 and 50% is huge, because often cities will only produce 1 gold, and that will be the difference between that 1 gold going towards science or into the treasury. But it's something we have to do. Hopefully not very far from now, we'll be able to build marketplaces and other such economic advances, and get a form of government that is better inducive to commerce than despotism. I haven't talked about governments that much yet, but I'll get to that when we change them. Now, I definitely need a worker there. That city's surrounded by jungle. It's not really going to grow much unless I can remove some of that jungle. Now, I'm going to build a catapult. That's the first bombardment device. It's not very good, but it can be useful. So I'm just going to have one of those around, and the barbarians are fighting. You see, the barbarians have horsemen now. Now, horsemen are also offensive units. They have 2 attack and 1 defense, but they have a movement of 2, naturally, because they're on horses, they're faster. So, I'm going to sneak this settler right in there. Nice little nook for me. Of course, I do run the risk of a cultural flip, but more on that later. And that's all for this video. See you next time.